Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Car Talks with B. I'm literally sitting in my driveway just in the car because, it's my safe place and it's Car Talks with B. But I'm going to try to keep this short so that I can post it on Instagram as well as YouTube. But yeah, so today in this episode, I want to talk about self-care and not before you be like, self-care or whatever. I'm not talking about the fluffy shit about, I'm not talking about taking a bath and breathing and meditating and taking time for yourself. Yes, those things are necessary, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the hard shit, the version of self-care where you have to really look deep inside yourself and understand your past traumas, the things, the people that we were around, the things we experienced, the negative, um, you know, if you were bullied or if you weren't, the things that you grew up with and the things that you grew up around shaped your subconscious thoughts about not only yourself but the world around you. So addressing those in adulthood, addressing the things that shape your understanding of how to process your emotions, how to deal with situations that may not be the best or may not be ideal. Um, in life, life throws you curveballs all the time. And so for me, I had to, during like this was, I'm telling you, this has been some of the hardest 8 months of my life. Um, if you saw my last video, you saw it was a lot going. This has been the hardest year of my life, really. It's been a lot going on. And so I wanted to talk about self-care because I wanted to talk about the things that I have had to address and maybe you still need to address within yourself, such as the fact that I was bullied when I was a little girl. Um, so hell, some of the people that bully me might see this video, but who cares? But from the time that I was um really like kindergarten age, school age, up through high school pretty much, I was bullied and told things like, you too skinny and you daddy long legs and you shaped like a toothpick or shaped like a Q-tip and you ain't, you not that pretty and you not, um I wasn't really uh popular or anything like that. And I realized that going through that as a child trickled into my adulthood because I find that I feel like I have a tendency, and I'm working on this. This is the hard part of self-care. I have a tendency to feel like I'm less than other people. I'm unable to achieve the same things other people are able to achieve because I'm less than them. I'm not pretty enough. I don't get them fine ass dudes that you see walking around with these nice model broads and because I'm not up to par with the broads. Like I've had issues in past relationships because I felt like the dude was always gonna end up leaving anyway, so you know whatever. Like I've done dumb shit because of I felt like, well, this ain't gonna last anyway. He's gonna leave. He's gonna find somebody better. He's gonna see something in someone else that's better than what he sees in me. He ain't gonna you know stick around anyway, so what exactly am I fighting for? um, Things like that. And I had to really dig deep and look at myself in the mirror and be like, is it that they're better than you, because they're not, nobody is really thinking about you like that. So is it that they're better than you, or is it that you just haven't taken the time to really pick yourself up and understand that you are worth a lot more than what you put out? Not only are you talented and creative, but you fucking smart. Like, and this is not, I'm not bragging on myself necessarily, but this is the thought process that I've had to fight and go through. Like I said, as a form of self-care, I have a tendency to just, count myself out, beat myself down, instead of praising myself and looking at my self-worth and saying that I'm actually worth more than that man that I was with. I'm actually worth more than, the way that certain people treat me, or the things that people say to me, or I'm actually beautiful. Like, I'm actually very smart. Like, and the fact that now I have 3 IT certifications with pretty much without help, and I didn't really have to do a whole lot of tutorials and stuff. There's people struggling, and no offense to the people in my classes or anything like that, but people who don't even have 1 certification yet. I have 3. Like, you can't tell me I'm not smart. My nose, my ears, I've always been like, I smile and I take pictures because people have told me sometimes, oh, you look like a model when I feel pretty. I pose for the frame, but in reality, behind that, it's like, but I still don't look better than such and such. I'm still not, really cute. I ain't popping like that. Like, the hard part of self-care is doing the work to realize what's holding you back in your own mind. Because the only thing that's holding you back, the only thing that's keeping you from being all that you know that you want to be and can be, is your mind. The self-doubt. You have to deal with the self-doubt, with the negative self-talk, and realize that none of that you're telling yourself, none of that you're telling yourself is actually real or true, and it's not what other people think of you. It's what you have accumulated over time and thought of yourself. There are pretty girls and smart girls and guys that are fine, that have the deepest of insecurities, and it's because something happened between, in the midst of our lives, something happened that we haven't dealt with, that we've run from, that we've taken different avenues to avoid dealing with. For me, it was guys and alcohol. Guys and alcohol were my escape from dealing with the person in the mirror and the things that had happened to me and the things that I believed about myself. At a certain point in my life, if I was feeling too much pain, just because I felt like it sometimes, I scratch myself on my arm. I have these 2, I told people, I ran into a pole, like one of those brick poles, and no, I actually scratched myself because I felt like, once again, I was not worth, or I had disappointed myself, and I was upset at myself because I didn't keep that dude, or I didn't do, I wasn't up to par with where I thought I should be, or the things that I thought I should do. Oh my God, it's a fucking spider. I hate spiders. I hate spiders. Anyway. But yeah, so sorry. So I would scratch myself. I didn't cut, but scratching is close enough. So, I guess my point in this video about self-care is, yes, take the time to yourself, take your fluffy bubble baths, do your nails and have a spa day and all of that, but also you need to really look in the mirror, figure out the things that trigger you, what and why those things trigger you. Not only you might know your triggers. I know mine. I know some of mine. But why do those things trigger you? What happened in your life that caused those things to be a trigger? What happened in your life that caused you to believe the negative things that you believe about yourself? What happened in your life that caused you to allow other people to treat you the way that you in a manner that's unacceptable to you on the inside, but you take it because you feel like that's what you deserve? Like, what is getting down to the bottom of those things, and then working on those things and changing your mindset and understanding, and that's work. What they don't tell you, there's a whole lot of things out here about changing your mindset and being positive and all of that, but what nobody wants to say is there is so much work involved in that. You really have to focus and take the time to be gracious to yourself and understand, like, these habits are hard to break because they're ingrained in your subconscious, because these are things that you probably grew up thinking, doing, feeling. So it takes what they say, it takes like 21 days to break a habit or something, I think. Anyways, it takes a few months at least to change your way of thinking about yourself, about the world around you, about how you should be treated, about how you should treat others. And so let's start to look at self-care in a different light than just the fluffy bullshit that everybody puts out. The physical, and get you some crystals, and take a full moon spiritual bath, and all that stuff is cool after you've done the hard work and after you've got it understood what the deep shit, what's really going on, how you really feel and why you really feel those things about yourself, and why you have developed the habits that you have in order to deal with the things that you haven't. Start finding ways to deal with yourself that don't include distractions, things will take your mind away from the things that will offer you an escape from your reality. Because I know that's one thing that I have been doing for years and years, and it finally caught up to me and damn near destroyed, for real, it almost destroyed me. It did destroy me temporarily, but it almost really fully destroyed me, and I had to look at my life, my situation, my kids, and say, all right, it's time to do the work, period. So let your self-care be your self-work, and before you get to doing all the aesthetic shit, you have to look deep down in yourself. Get a therapist. I implore any and everybody, please get a therapist, a good one, but get a therapist who's gonna guide you through that shit as well. That's one of the things that has helped me tremendously, and I actually have to look for another one, but tremendously throughout this whole process. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Car Talks with B. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you like, share, comment, whatever. Love y'all. Peace.